Another tool to use through your weight loss journey is the scale. Now, this was always a tricky one. There's always been a lot of talk around, should we be weighing? How often should we weigh? And I think it's tricky because this doesn't do everything, but it does something. And I think that it is an important tool on your weight loss journey because you can use it as a gauge to gauge where you're at, where you want to be, and where you've been. So I think it can be a very important tool on your journey. So here's the thing, I say do weigh regularly. And let me qualify that a little bit. I am not against weighing every morning. There's some people that need that. You have to find out what kind of person you are. Some people benefit from weighing every week. When I would sit across from people face to face and hear some of their deepest, darkest secrets with obsession over weight, some of them, if I asked them to weigh every morning, they would start weighing themselves 7 or 8 times a day. And that's not healthy. Not healthy for the mind at all. And so for them, it was best to give it a break and just do it weekly. The scale was something they feared, those all or nothing kind of mentalities. For other people, and this is what I suggest for most of us, weigh every morning. Don't make a big deal about it, but just use it as a little gauge, okay? So wake up, use the restroom, stand on the scale naked. The most important thing is that you're consistent about it, that you do it without clothes on or with the same clothes on, and you always do it at the same time every day, because that number can fluctuate based on several things. So I do think it's important to weigh regularly. When is up to you. Now remember, the scale doesn't tell us everything. It doesn't tell us what kind of weight is on our bodies, like the ratio between fat and muscle. But it at least will give us some number. If you're one of those people that can afford to go to a clinic that does that ratio in a contraption called a bod pod, it'll give you exactly what your metabolism runs at, and then it'll give you your percentage of body fat versus muscle mass versus water. Do it. It's great to have a baseline and a direction. But for now, for those of you that just can use a scale, use it. And I like to say this because I've seen so many people who would see me after they hadn't weighed themselves in months, and they'd go back to the doctor and they'd say, I gained 30 pounds like that. I had no idea. If they would have been weighing themselves daily and facing that, sometimes that giant, but facing it, they would have known and they would have been able to keep it under control. So it's kind of like this. If this is where you want to be, if you're just a few degrees off, remember that over time, over weeks, months, years, that can start to look like this much, and it happens and we don't even know it because it's that gradual. So use the scale to your advantage. However, don't make weight your only measurement of success. I would love to know how else you measure success. I would measure it by less pain, getting off medication, whether it's cholesterol lowering medication or insulin for diabetes. Is it less headaches? Is it more energy? Is it that your posture's better? Is it that you feel stronger or more confident and you nailed that job? There's all different ways to measure this. But when you are embarking on a journey for self-discipline, good things are going to happen. So write those down. Oh, maybe it's inches. That might be another great way to measure your success. Don't let it only be the number. Life is more than a number. The number's important. Life is so much more than that. So give us some ways that you like to measure success. And thanks for watching.